Thank you, Minister Herman. Thank you, Vice Chairman Ambassador Ruge. By the way, Boris Ruge, you're absolutely right. You are right that the southern part of Germany seems to be so attractive, not only but based with Munich Security Conference and with the cooperation with the Bavarian State Chancellor and the mood all around, not only coming back to the times of Ewald von Kleist and Franz Josef Strauss, but you're not the only Northern German thinking about the advantages of Bavaria. If I'm remembering right, the last G7 meeting as well came back, presided by North German, former Hamburg mayor, now federal chancellor, to good old Bavaria. Seems not to be the baddest place, the worst place to be there. And we will want to contribute a little bit in the mosaic of this intense discussions for the next days. Dear Minister Johnson, thank you not only being here as, may I say, as representing future member state of NATO, Sweden, but as well today in the competence of Sweden as President of European Union. And this brings us so close together that the question European defense, transatlantic defense, cooperation somehow, an old question posed every year and with every circumstances, but in this year, I think making more important and very clear how necessary close cooperation is. Thank you, especially to have you here. General Cavoli, thank you that you made it not the first time to be here and to represent and to command, I think, NATO and the European and NATO forces in Europe as, should I say, really the most efficient forces we can see. Thank you. This is very important. Thank you that you're here. And if I may report to you from, I have not every day time in Germany to stay. I like to be in Bosnia Herzegowina, where we make some steps ahead. We come to a development where I think that European integration, and maybe in future as well, the path to NATO and to joint security is open. But you meeting a different Germany now, like 1 year ago. If you would now ask, I think the majority of Germans now is acquainted to tell you what a howitzer should be about and what the capacity should be. So we are dealing with security issues not only in the family and the meeting of good old friends. I think this is very important, but I would think that it's important that this is why German Atlantic Association, die Deutsch-Atlantische Gesellschaft, tries to make a kind of field work. It's necessary that we understand it's not first about military tools, assets. It is about politics, and it's about values, and it's about understanding that this damned war in the Ukraine is not a war which is focused only on the Ukraine, but could have a development to all over Europe. And this is why we have to stand and why we have to work with our people, with all those interested. There are a lot of questions which have to be posed and can be posed and should be answered and should be discussed. This is not only let's go, there we are, but we know what we have to deliver in our own understanding of our own security. This is something which in a democracy has to be patiently discussed, developed, the pros and cons, but coming to a solution. I think we are closer this year than we have ever been about this since, let me say, the 1990s and the times when the Munich Security Conference was Wehrkundetagung, and where it was American-German mostly meeting, Ewald von Kleist inviting the American friends and talking very remote without that much of media. First time just talking and thinking, reflecting. You cannot do this today, but you can contribute in a broader sense. This is now Europe and not only Germany, and transatlantic responsibility is more than German-Atlantic relations. It is, let me say, it comes back that Article 5 and more is part of the responsibility for the world. Thank you very much for being here, and we are very interested in hearing the exchange now and having some opportunity with the tremendous commitment and assistance and invitation of the Bavarian State Chancellery just to have a possibility to have an exchange after the panel as well. Thank you very much, and if you allow, I may give us all in the hands of Madame Fix, and we will hear, and thank you. Its floor is yours.